Welcome to the HOLDO MANEUVER podcast. I'm Marc.
And I'm Mike. We're two hardworking dads trying to immerse ourselves in Star Wars and fit it into our very busy lives.
This is your first time listening and or watching in the sometimes short-form Star Wars podcast. We'll share our thoughts on different topics from a galaxy far, far away. So, this episode is a little mini bonus episode. We're joined by Mr. Adam Daniel and Trent Vactor for this little mini bonus. We're going to be talking about the Season 3 Mandalorian trailer that was released probably at the same time Mike and I were recording the Phantom Menace episode that we released earlier this week.
Yep.
So we thought we'd do a tiny short episode with Trent and Adam to talk about the Mando trailer. So without further ado, we're going to watch it here and then discuss it. And here we go.
Watch us watch it.
Well, yeah. It'll be great.
Well, as it's playing, we'll kind of, react.
No, just
to
mute
it,
us and just have us staring blankly at the camera.
I'm gonna stare blankly.
I mean, that's just me in everyday life. But yeah, so
Exactly.
the trailer kind of opens with the shots of the group of the Mandalorian in the desert, and then we see Grogu and Din going through hyperspace in the N1 starfighter. I'm just gonna kind of do a play-by-play while we're watching it. Mando sees Grief going through the rain. You see the armorer again. He's going to Mandalorian. Grogu looks up and say, what now? And then we see Mandalore. We see R5-D4 getting a redemption in this. There's also the shot where they're flying away, fireworks are going off. I almost think that's probably going to be this will pick up pretty much right where we left off with Din in Book of Boba Fett. That's probably going to be episode 1 of the show, and then be all right, see you, Boba. Got to go do my own show now.
Yeah,
you're not allowed in this show.
Thanks for having me.
This is my show now.
There's some shots of Coruscant, which I think this is the first time we've seen Coruscant post Return to the Jedi.
I've seen
modern day Star Wars.
I've seen a couple places say that that's not Coruscant, and it was because the Galactic Republic, they moved the capital to different places. It could be Hosnian Prime, so that actually could be interesting to see where that is.
Interesting. All right, and then we see Grogu using the Force on that kind of Land of the Lost, Sid and Marty Krofft looking kind of creature. But yeah, so that the trailer's a minute and 42 seconds long, I believe. So after the trailer is now played, we're gonna just kind of go do a round robin now of stuff we noticed in it and things that we're excited for from what we saw in the trailer. So I will cue Vactor, and then it'll be Adam, and then Mike, and then I'll go last.
There's two things about this. Well, first of all, overall, I'm a huge Mando fan, so season 3, I can't wait. After seeing him in Book of Boba Fett, it just got me excited. We talked about it here on this podcast. But there's two things about this trailer that had me excited. Number one was the Kowakian monkey lizard. Seeing the Salacious Crumb type creature just makes me laugh. He's one of my favorite aliens in all of Star Wars. So that made me laugh. And then 2, whatever the Babu Frick alien species is, if that is Babu Frick, that would make me really excited. But just seeing him, it just made me go, hey, hey! So those are my 2 favorites. Yeah.
How about you, Adam?
Oh man. First, I think that just how action-packed it was. It was just, they kind of just hit everything I would want to see in a teaser trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Touching upon what happened last season, getting to see Grogu use the Force at the end was my favorite part.
Yes.
He's gonna be a Mandalorian Force user is what it looks like it's gonna be. And then just are we gonna see execute Order 66? Because that's what it seemed like. We might see something of that nature in with the it looked like a bunch of kids with lightsabers and the door being sliced open. So that was another thing that really piqued my curiosity and was like, okay, where we might be going this season.
How about you, Mike?
I echo all of that, and my take on it was it an Execute Order 66, or were they trying to get Grogu back because he just kind of abandoned his training? Like that's because
Sure.
Luke was like, you got to choose, and he chose to go the other way, and I would made me wonder, what do they do with Jedi who fail out? Like they don't ever cover that I know of.
Yeah, I haven't
Be curious
seen
about that.
They become Kylo Ren.
Just the whole series I've loved, and this was intense. I don't expect them to address Cara Dune other than like, oh, she's working over there now. So
Yeah, she went down that hallway from Boy Meets World where Minkus and Jonathan Turner,
Yeah.
not Jonathan Turner that Mike and I know, but the teacher Jonathan Turner from Boy Meets World. That they went down that hallway in the high school where she's down there teaching sci-fi classes.
And that scene with the door being cut, is that him using the black saber to cut the door?
Wonderful.
Like I just that scene was my most intriguing one because there's like so many questions that popped into my head.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I would echo what everybody said, not to be confused with Echo from the Bad Batch. But yeah, definitely because we got that Grogu kind of like Order 66 flashback within the Book of Boba Fett, like within those kind of like Mandalorian season, like 2.5 episodes we got in the middle of that season 1 of Book of Boba Fett. So it should be interesting to see if we see like where that like flashback picked up again, maybe, and possibly when they had Hayden there filming stuff for like Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, maybe he's in like this flashback and we see him here in like a longer version of like that sequence that's in that shot there.
Chopping younglings.
Yeah, yeah, chopping them in half, and just like broccoli. Yeah, I liked. There's a lot of cool shots in this trailer too, like with all the Mandalorians like dropping out of the ship.
Yeah,
what's the name of the planet that Grief is still on in this? It's like the main planet that they've been kind of going back to throughout the past 2 seasons, and I'm blanking on the name for it for some reason.
I'm bad with names.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I'm terrible with Star Wars names.
it's the main planet from this, but like there's like when we see Mando and him,
not where Amy Sedaris is. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that no, Navarro. Okay,
I thought
Navarro.
that was just okay.
Yeah, so yeah, like because we see it like when Mando is greeting Grief Karga like early in the trailer, and there's still like the IG 11 statue kind of behind him, but then there's shots later in the trailer where it looks like that place is like wrecked to crap, and it like the IG 11 statue, the only thing that's left of it is like the rebarb like stakes from the legs that are still there. So I'm wondering if like whether this group of Mandalorians we see like on the planet there, if they're like helping do something there like against someone that's attacking, or if that group is the one that's attacking the planet there, because there's like maybe like there's some like bad blood between like 2 different sects of them.
Well, isn't he outcast from the Mandalorians because he took his helmet off?
Yeah, and then, so we have all that going on.
Communicate that to every other Mandalorian? I don't know.
Possibly.
I imagine they all know. Yeah.
Yeah, like
knows.
we know Jon Favreau's Paz Vizsla's like character was like already tried to get the Darksaber back. In Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, where was that squadron of people?
I think he was in one of those shots too, because he had like that bigger like gunner, like that.
Yeah,
kind of looks like one of those kind of guns.
I forget her name. The woman who was like, "I deserve the Darksaber."
Oh, Bo-Katan?
But you have to get it through battle. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She wasn't in the trailer that I saw.
I think she's going to be the big bad of this season, and it's going to.
From a certain
That's
point
all
of view.
speculation. Yeah, I think by the end of it, she's going to be like, "Oh, I got to team up. We got to unite the houses. We got to unite the clans, or whatever."
Right.
And it's going to be Moff Gideon will be the overall. But I think it's going to start off with Bo-Katan as a bad guy.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense for sure.
Now, like just based on, like off of like certain things you saw in the trailer, like is there anything like you're speculating just based off like some like brief shots and things we saw in there at all?
Well, I definitely like Adam. I want to see that. If that's Order 66, I want to see what's about to come through the door.
Yeah, that's definite.
Yeah.
Curious to see what's left of Mandalore when they get there. Obviously, the wreckage they show.
Yeah, that should be cool.
I was under the impression that the planet was dead.
Yeah,
like they blew up everything. Just
I want to see the fighting scenes. Like at the end, they had like the whole. It seemed like a whole like Top Gun kind of flight pattern kind of fighting scene going on.
Yeah, with like the time receptors.
Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty cool too.
Tom Cruise better be a pilot.
The technology is just getting better with that too. So I think it's like, and Disney's like at the forefront of all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're going to show off some stuff this season with the Mandalorian. Some of the new like animation kind of tools, kind of things. And that's always what I like to see is how far things come. Because I mean, we haven't seen it in like what, a year or something like that, over a year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I got to rewatch it.
But this is just there's so much great Star Wars content this year. We're going to go Bad Batch, Mando, Ahsoka. Like everything is
Skeleton Crew.
Very nice.
Star Wars Visions.
Oh yeah.
There's probably other stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and to answer you from earlier, Vector, Babu Frick and that race of aliens are Anzellans.
Oh.
So that's what that answer was. But yeah. There's and now they also released a poster that same day that the trailer came out. What did you guys think of that poster? Because I think it's pretty cool compared to like some of the other ones where it's just basically kind of they're more like westernery.
Yeah,
is that a word?
Season 1 was a western.
Yeah. Right. 100%.
Yeah, where they're just them walking through the desert.
Yeah,
I like the design.
Yeah. Now the other thing we saw in here too was what looked like a full cantina of droids, which is very far away from the cantina that we saw in Tatooine that doesn't serve their kind there.
But will the same music be playing?
Probably not.
It'll be like the what do you call it? Like the
Jizzwaller?
No, like the electronic kind of. But what was cool is that they had I don't know. The
EDM.
They had the battle droids in there.
Music, electronic dance music.
But they had I'd like to. They had the like.
I can derail a conversation. Don't worry.
But yeah, they had the battle droids there in that cantina. Like, so it's kind of interesting to see like these battle droids, like because this would be, I don't know, like almost like 50 years since like the end of like the Clone War. So it's kind of interesting to see some of them like still operating and around.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting to see
up
them there too.
Interesting question is like they're all programmed with these protocols. What do they do when those protocols aren't there anymore? What do droids do?
Right.
They start saying
this
David
season
instead of Roger.
This season is going to be great. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's exciting. I mean, and Pedro Pascal is everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
All over our lives right now.
Pedro Pascal as father to a small being season. But yeah, this is our and watches out for the fungus among us. But yeah, that is gonna do it for our very brief bonus mini episode covering this Mandalorian season 3 trailer. Thank you guys for coming for this episode, Vector and Adam. And then
Thank you.
All of our normal stuff's in the show notes where you can find us on social media. We'll have the info for Adam and Vector there as well. And then, as always, we are grateful to George Lucas for creating the Star Wars universe.